tell you about Legend Seeker and how you can support its development while getting some awesome perks. By subscribing to our Legendary tier on YouTube or becoming a paid member on our Discord or Patreon, you'll get early access to all Legend Seeker lore and mechanics. This means you'll be among the first to dive into the world of Legend Seeker and give direct feedback that will help shape the game. But that's not all. Supporters will also be the first to playtest the system and will get exclusive invites to private streams where we discuss the game in detail. Your input will play a huge role in making Legend Seeker the best that it can be. Now, for those of you who love watching our tabletop role-playing game shows, supporting Legend Seeker comes with some fun bonuses for the casts. Here's how it works. If you are a Copper or Common member on Discord or Patreon, you can give a $20 benefit to a player of your choice. Silver and Uncommon members can give 2 benefits to 2 players of your choice. If you go the YouTube route, you can give a $50 benefit to a player of your choice. And for the ultimate support, Gold and Mythic members on Discord and Patreon give a $20 benefit to 3 players of your choice. You can choose from all casts across Moonskull. Every bit of support goes directly towards making Legend Seeker a reality. It helps fund the art, writing, editing, and eventual publishing of the game. So, if you want to be a part of this journey and support our shows, join our Legendary tier on YouTube or become a member on Discord or Patreon. We couldn't do it without you, and we're excited to build Legend Seeker together. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the game.
Hello, everybody. Time for story time. Well, no, it's not really time for story time. It's time for Frost Written. I'm Frost. We're going to tell some stories. We're also going to do some work. And just working on the lore for the Legend Seeker RPG and trying to not make a complete mess of it. We'll see how I do. Anyway, time for a sip of coffee. That is super hot. Not spicy. Hot, but hot. Burning my mouth. Okay. Well then, let's get a napkin / paper towel here because I still haven't trimmed my mustache and there's coffee everywhere. There we go. Hi, everybody. I'm back. By the way, I was going to mention the story that I talked about in chat about being sneaky. So, back quite a while ago, some of you may have been born, some of you might not have been born. It was 1996. So hopefully some of you were born. I was relatively new at my job, my current job, and I lived... Love my cats. I love my cats is what I was trying to say. They're playing hockey with each other, I think. Anyway, I lived out of town from where I worked. And when I went home at night, I would ride back with my sister-in-law because I didn't drive. And she lived in the same town, and I lived right next to my brother in an apartment complex. So I would ride in with her in the morning and I would ride back at night. If I had to work late, I had to figure something else out. And I usually didn't have to work too late. But this one night, I got stuck there and she couldn't wait, so I had to stay. They took the pillow out of the new thing that I gave them, by the way. That thing that was down here for Calvino. And oh my gosh, they are treating it like it's a gazelle and they've killed it and they want it. I don't understand why the pillow is so important. Anyway, that's what they're doing right now. I'm probably going to go take the pillow away because they're ruining story time. Jerks. I love it. They're just so much fun. Anyway, I'm going to get through the story. So I was stuck in town and it was like 10 o'clock at night. I'm like, what the heck am I going to do? I have 2 options. I have no money because at that point I was making so little money because I, was poor, and it was, then, and I was still paying off a lot of debt, and I'd eat popcorn at lunch. So I'm like, I have two choices. I could go into the bathroom that's in the building, that's not in our office suite, and go in there and sleep in the bathroom stall. Because I did that once. I was like, it was very uncomfortable. Or I have a friend who lives nearby. I can go see if he's still up and walk over to his place. I walked over to his place, hear nothing. I'm like, why the heck would he be asleep? Okay, knock on the door, knock on the door, knock on the door. It's like 12 degrees. I'm like, this is really cold. So I finally was just like, tried the door. I'm like, it's locked. I'm like, I know where he keeps the key. So I got the key out. I opened it up, and I like got in there. I called out his name. I'm like, oh, I bet he's staying at his girlfriend's place. I'm like, okay, he's staying at his girlfriend's place. That's fine. So I locked the door. I was like, what I'll do is I'll just do something nice for him later. I'll just flop on his couch. And I flopped on his couch, and I went to sleep. And I'm a very light sleeper. And I slept for a few hours. And in the morning, I'm like, I heard a noise. I'm like, oh, he's here. Oh, he must have come on through and walked past me. I'm like, okay. So I got up, I folded up the stuff on the couch, and I was going to go knock on his bedroom door. I'm like, oh, he's not in there. Oh, he's in the shower. I'm like, oh, crap. And he's in there singing, top of his lungs, enjoying his shower. I'm like, I have to get to work. And he worked at the same place, but he came in later. He had a different start time than me. I'm like, I got to get in, because if I'm late, my manager's going to be annoyed. So I'm like, oh, crud. I'll leave him a note. No paper anywhere. He's a role-playing guy like me. No paper in the apartment anywhere. It was a tiny little apartment. How does he have no paper? Nothing. I had no paper. I had nothing on me. I'm like, oh, on his fridge, he has magnets with letters. I'm like, I could spell something out. I was like, half the letters are missing. I'm like, son of a... So I just was like, crud. I'll just tell him later. So I got his key out. I went out. I locked the door, and I put it back under the mat. And I came out. And then I noticed, I'm like, oh, his girlfriend's car is here too. I'm like, oh, okay. I see why he's probably busy and still, okay. I'm like, I never heard her voice, I don't think. So like, I went to work, and then he was just, he was chatting in the morning or something about it. And evidently, that was like the first night they had spent at his place, and he was just talking about how cool and fun it was. And I'm sitting there thinking, I slept on your couch, and you have absolutely no idea I was in your apartment last night. Well, I'm not going to tell him. To this day, I still never told him, ever. I'm like, well, okay, that would have been just too uncomfortable. So, yeah, I've slept in somebody's apartment when they had no idea I was even there, and they never had a clue. It was fun. I'm a very, very quiet person. So, had no idea I was there, and I remember where things are, so I put everything back exactly where it was. I'm like, oh man, if I were a thief, I could be really good at this. I could just go sleep on people's couch, wake up before they get up, and then leave. And then I've seen all kinds of like mysteries and shows and murder mysteries where people do these kind of things, and it never turns out well for anybody. I'm like, nope. Sticking to a life of non-crime. So, I did though, because I had done that. I bought lunch for him like a couple weeks later when we got paid. Like, I'll get lunch. He's like, oh, why? I'm like, just going to buy you lunch. I'm just going to do that for you, buddy. Yeah, it's a good thing you had no paper. Otherwise, there would have been a note. He would have been like, what the? Yeah. Whee! So there's my weird story. All right, so what I'm doing today, besides telling you really weird stories and then going to check on cats in a minute, though they've gotten very quiet. If I go check on them, they'll go crazy again. I am working on the write-up for Knetsef. And the other thing that I'm going to start doing on these entries for cities and places is giving them a little more of a distinct narrative, talking about the city, what kind of a city it is, what kind of gates. Since this is more like a Greek, Middle Eastern, anything you can think of like around that part of the world city, I'm trying to go with ancient things. And this one's going to have some massive walls and gates, kind of like you see in the pictures of old, like Thebes and stuff like that, with those massive, kind of slightly sloped-sided gates with towers over the door or over the openings through the city, and large flat open areas here and there. So I'm getting that kind of a mentality going here. Did I use the word massive already? Let's see. Did I use massive? I did use massive. I need to use something else. Wall between the pierced and guarded by... We'll say bronze-clad wooden gates. Ba-da-da. Hey, Shadow Warden, how's it going? All right. Main gates are flanked by massive Cyclopean fortress towers, ancient style, each. The wall between them pierced and guarded by thick bronze-clad wooden gates. We'll say open in times of peace. Oh, wait a second. I want to mark this down. Yeah, main gates. Okay. Different wards and sections of the city. Oh, that doesn't make sense. Section of the city, partitioned. Yeah, we'll say partitioned. Alright, stair lamp for the main palace in the distance. Different wards and sections of the city partitioned from one another by tall interior walls, marking its expansion through the ages. Grand. think I'm going to take out this term here. And we'll say and opulent. There we go. I want to say that. Thousands upon thousands of what would you guys call like a multi-family dwelling? I want to say an apartment, basically, because that's what they are, and that's what they were technically called. You know, domum, a domus, a turris, but that's more Latin. Maybe I'll just say multi-family dwelling sounds so stupid, though. We're going to say apartments at the moment because they're literally a building with separate units that are apart from one another, which is why they're called apartments. Right? Right. We'll just go with that. Let's go with it. As one approaches the palace quarter, the buildings become more distinct, grand, and opulent. The fringes of the city are home to thousands upon thousands of smaller buildings, warehouses, and apartments. All built together and on top of one another. We'll say, all right, the temple ward. We're going to say this. Oops. We'll say that. All right, temple ward. So, Bap, I was going to ask, is there any point when Chrysanth lied about anything, or has she always been completely honest with you all the time forever? We just want to know, just to make sure. Because she seems like she's pretty dang honest. And if you tell us she lied to, you know, save somebody's puppy from a fire or something, then we're going to be just like, oh my goodness. I cannot tell a lie. I chopped down the cherry tree with a shovel. A little too honest sometimes. It gets me in trouble sometimes. What? Yeah, that can that can be bad. what is it? What is it you call when you involve another party to settle a dispute? Is it mitigation? What would that be called? Like you say, hey, we're having an argument. You're a good person that could listen to something. What do you call that? Why is my brain shutting off to conflict resolution like that? Oh, I thought you were joking. Now I know what you really feel. Completely honest since the day she was born. Ah, right there. Probably because she's the same size as the day she was born. Wow. Mediation. That's arbitration. Mediation. There you go, Shadow Warden. All right. Quite the jokesters always told me she doesn't like my jokes. She tells me that too. Let's see. Let's see, and though the I'll say admire. So what I'm writing right now is the garden ward of this massive city, heavily guarded. The garden ward, we'll say heavily patrolled and sealed. Heavily patrolled and sealed from the rest of the city by iron gates, the Garden Ward is enjoyed solely by the royal family and their guests. Acres of lush oases, fountains, and menageries are theirs to revel in, though the less fortunate and lower class of the city often sit atop nearby structures and admire the gardens from afar. You know, forbidden gardens. Who doesn't want to go in there? You know, some little thief and his monkey are probably going to get in trouble. I take it as a compliment, whether she likes it or not. Tenement. I think you might be right. I'm trying to think if that could work. Oh, what did I just do? I just hit a button. Oh, okay. I see what I clicked on. Aha! Haha. I'm just going to throw B over in the chat there. I accidentally tabbed over to kick. So there we go. We get a B because I tabbed to kick. All right. Let's go change that word to tenement. Tenement. We'll go with that. Oh, tenementa. No, tenements. All built together on top of one another. Boom. Slap the word forbidden on something and I'm in. There you go. Okay, fine. You know what? Those little cacti that you buy in the store, they're little tiny ones. Those are forbidden lollipops. I'm waiting, to quote Vizzini. Anyway, what I was going to say was yesterday when I was doing my writing stream, since you're reading through the book right now, along with another couple of beta readers, Chrysanth, I cracked back open the rough draft I have of the second book, and I'm like, oh, I could have sworn I got a little farther than this. Well, I read through, and it's like 120 pages of stuff right now, and I got to the end of it. I'm like, I did some editing and did some work. I'm like, I don't remember this stopping here. I could have sworn I had whole sections, like chapters after this. Like, huh. I looked. I was in the wrong folder. I was not in the current draft folder. And I found the other one, which was almost another 90 pages past that. It had another 90 pages of writing. I'm like, oh. Okay, so I went back and made edits to an old version. I got to the new version. I'm like, crap. I'm going to have to remember the edits I did through those 120 pages. So I was doing some of that at lunch today. I was like, oh, no. But it was fun going back through it. I'm like, oh, yeah, I remember writing this dialogue. Oh, I like this dialogue between this character and that. And I'm like, okay, this makes sense. And I was having fun going back through it. So it got me back into the story. So I have a lot more reading to do before I get to the end of it. And then I can go on to the next section. But yeah, it got me back into wanting to write that because I've been doing so much on the D&D DM book and everything, and Legend Seeker. I haven't had time to go back and look at that. I'm like, I'm kind of inspired. Then I had a whole bunch of people from the writing streams that I go to hopped in last night and were chatting with me about writing, which was also another fun thing. So that was entertaining. It was good. Let's see, what was I doing here? Oh, the Garden Ward. All right, we're going to go on to the next. Let's see. We've got the Temple Ward. And then we've got the Palace Ward. Built to be on them. Period. There we go. Great. I'll get a rude eye to tell me how many licks it takes to get to the center one. Oh no! I'm sorry, rude eye. I'm sorry. You're forbidden from being nice to me. I think that will work. You wish. It'll only take one for you because the ceaseless rage within you will melt as you approach. Wow. Wow. The rage. I like it. Oh, I can move this over a little bit so I can see what I'm doing. There we go. Into. Ding ding, says the cats. Let's see what the cats say. Nope, that's text. It's the same sound that my other thing makes. What? I don't know what that's all about. Okay, that was a weird message. Okay. Let's see. There is also a cat going blink, blink. It is Wolfie sitting out there. Oh, it's Wolfie and it's Calvino and it's Charlie. And they're just kind of lounging on the heat mat right now. It's been a nice-ish day out with a lot of wind, so they've been enjoying the heck out of it. And there they go again. Palace Ward, Temple Ward. Right, we got the Palace Ward, we got the Temple Ward. And let me look at my picture here that I was looking at. I was looking at a couple of different things. Okay, I was looking for... Okay, yeah. That was weird. I was looking for pictures of, like, ancient cities, like maps of Thebes and stuff like that, and Pinterest had a couple. And then I clicked on one of them, and it took me to a page that has, like, a spaceship, some weird bar with, like, a fountain, a Las Vegas Strip, like, neon sign for a casino, and... what are their names? The characters from the X-Files. I'm like, what does this have to do with Thebes? I don't get it. Why? Why? That was just weird. All right, so I'm looking at... Oh, that's a really cool picture, actually. Oh, that's pretty neat. I'm going to open that one up. That's pretty inspirational. Wow, that makes the people look like ants in this picture. What is this, a city for ants? Very cool, though. My gosh, cats, what are you guys doing out there? Wolfie sat on my lap while I watched TV last night, and I kind of fell asleep on the couch because he was so warm. I love that cat. He is such a good cat. He is so sweet. I really wish he didn't drool so much. And luckily the couch that I'm sitting on there is leather because he was like laying there and his head was kind of hanging off my leg. And I was just like petting him, and he's just laying there sleeping. And I kind of woke up later. I'm like, oh, and he woke up all of a sudden. And I'm like, oh, there's drool on my couch. So I got to wipe the couch down. Gross. He's just got the big fangs, so he just drools like, ugh. Oh, dork. All right. Anyway, I've got the Palace Ward, the Temple Ward. There is the Garden Ward. And we don't have... They do not bury the dead in the city. They bury the dead outside. So we're going to have the Wonder what other ward I should put in here that makes sense. I'm looking at the city. I could put the military ward. I think I will. Headquartered. Why is it not like the word headquartered? I don't know. Maybe it's the comma after. Oh my gosh. Some random phone call now, too. The military ward section of the city is open to all. Though the main reason is that in addition to housing the fortress where the army is headquartered, it also holds. We'll say it also holds. I don't know if I like that. Holds the fighting and racing arenas. Fighting and races are held weekly. Some festival. We'll say feature. Some festivals feature daily. Feature daily events. Alright, I'm going to take that whole sentence out of there. I don't need that sentence. Anyway, what was I going to say here? Just like Garden of Eden, forbidden, we're going to eat it. Wolfie, perhaps a devil picture is not wrong. Las Vegas casinos are good at partying you with your money like a master thief. There you go. Moss, hello, Moss. I found a 2-pack giant squeeze bottles of peanut butter and chocolate spread at Sam's Club for like $2, guys. Dinner is served. Come get some, I've got plenty. Yay. Okay, but, Moss, did they sell goober grape there? I am just curious because I remember as a kid seeing that and thinking, that is the most amazing thing ever. And now I look back at it and I think, that is one of the most disgusting looking things I've ever seen. Having peanut butter and jelly mixed in a jar. But that just popped into my head when you said that. I was like, oh, wow, does that stuff still exist? You know what I found out recently that my friends were doing? Because they wanted dessert, but they're not eating like lots of sweets and stuff. They got Magic Shell. And they put it over ice. They literally got ice, shaved their, or did the crushed ice thing, got crushed ice in a bowl, put magic shell over it, and ate it. I'm like, that sounds like the most depressing dessert in the world, but it would work. But I didn't understand it. I said, you're eating magic shell. Why wouldn't you just eat chocolate or have a bite of something else? They're like, well, it's the idea. The water of the ice helps fill you up. Like, I don't understand diets. Anyway, I did not look, but I'll check next time. Oh no. Moss is going to teach us how to make banana splits. You could call it a Sunday school. Okay. I do see those in your local Walmart. Really? Okay, so it still exists. Okay, all right. We'll say land races take place in the circus with horses, camels, and select beasts that the hunters can manage to train. All right, let's see. Take a spoonful of peanut butter in a bowl, put some chocolate chips in there, and microwave for 5 seconds. Yum. Really? So that melts the chips, but it doesn't turn the peanut butter into just slime? Interesting. But it's only one brand that does it, just don't remember which. Wow. Sunday school. You would, Dave. You would. Knowing you. There's a very interesting picture that I think I might save this one out. I'm going to save that. Save that image. Where are we saving that image? We're going to save it into my... Nope, that's the wrong folder. Yeah, we'll save it in there. A download. It's an intriguing picture of a circular harbor. I don't think that would work all that well, the way they have it made, but it's kind of cool looking. It would have to be larger than they drew it, honestly. Because it was like an idea of how the... an area in Carthage was, but it was not to scale properly. Not even remotely. Okay, there. That's a cool picture. That's a cool picture. Okay, they're cool. Well, just got out of class. What should I get for dinner? Ooh, I don't know. Are you going out to get dinner, or are you going to the store to get dinner, Dave? My mind didn't read the peanut butter and thought you were just tabletop. We're the tabletop Melody Mac. Has he been making any sense writing this gibberish? No, it's all gibberish. 16 hard-boiled eggs. Do it! Sam's doesn't have eggs. Wait, Sam's doesn't have eggs? Wow. Okay. Eat the butter. Okay, so I've got the military, I've got the temple, I've got the garden ward, I got the palace ward. what are we going to put in? There's another section I want to put in here because the dead do not get buried in the city, like I said. And I had an idea for another piece of award here. I mean, it could be... I think it needs to be... And I don't want to call it the Thieves' Ward. I want to call it something interesting that is like a... Like the idea of the cat market, the outer area, or not the outer, like the maze in Thieves' World or some dark place in Lankmar. I've got to come up with a good name for this place. Let's go to my friendly thesaurus because I closed my page. Every time I hear the word sneaky or snaking now, I'm saying it in a lisp, Moss, so thanks for that. Sneaky! Cats are not people, but my camera keeps telling me, people scene. Nope, no peoples, just cats. If there were people at my back door, I'd be getting up quickly and running at them with things and telling them to get the hell out of here. Let's see, meander. That's an interesting one. Oh, there. There we go. Sneaky snake, exactly. Oh, you're leaning towards bacon wrapped pork chops. That was interesting. Your Sam's Club has been out of eggs for weeks. Wow. Butter and peanuts and chocolate make a mess. I wouldn't know. The only thing normal I know of to use pineapple on pizza is heresy, because it is. Is Hershey? No. Have you had chocolate and peanut butter on pizza? No. No. Catholics teach Hershey all the time. Dave, I think you should have... if you're going to buy food, you should make yourself some nice butter chicken. Or if you don't want to take the time to make butter chicken, you could make yourself a really quick version of paprika chicken in a pan. You just need to prepare the chicken properly, and it's very good. Pretty quick, too. If you're buying food, you know what you need? All beef hot dogs. You'll thank me later. Chocolate and peanut butter on pizza? Yeah, I don't. No. That's not a thing, is it? I hope it's not a thing. What are my cats doing up there? I think it's time I go check on them. I think somebody's being annoying to somebody else. Sam says good hot dogs. There you go. Ooh, butter cake. Ooh, someone's crying. Yeah, I'm gonna go see what's going on. Chair stream riot. Enjoy. All right, who's yelling? Who's yelled like a felon up here? All right. You probably all heard the loud thunderous noise. That was me. The cat's new, that new thing that I gave them that was Calvino's, the little wicker thing. It has this lovely particle board base in it that's weight. They managed this bolt. They managed to turn it around so many times. They worked this bolt free from the mechanism up there, knocked it over off of it, and then knocked it back on it. So when I picked it up to move it, this thing went clunk and fell on the floor. I'm like... So rather than leave it up there for them to mess around with, I took it out. So it'll sit back here for the moment. But yeah, that's what that loud noise was me moving the thing and it just going clunk. And they just left. All right. Oh, I can hear myself. How did I get double... How did everything get unmuted all of a sudden? That was really strange. I could hear myself completely there. Huh. Anyway, I don't know how they did it. My cats are brilliant engineers or something. They're... I love them, but they're dorks. Anyway, they were having a good old time up there. They were having a good old time, and immediately, two of them run over and they're like, "Hi, hello, we're gonna try and claw up your leg, not climb up my leg, claw up my leg." Sorry, you didn't do it. Well, I am trying to figure out though. You guys are such dorks. It's getting nice outside, so they go in and out, and then when they come back in from outside, they're like, "Hey guys, I was running around outside. Let me show all of you how I run." Crazy. Hey, it's the horror host. By the way, is my microphone too loud for you guys? Is it good? Because it's peeking into the red for me. I'm just checking. Hail the wrong throne. All right. Let's see. The coils is what I'm calling this right now. Okay, I'm good. All right. Meandering back streets, dark alleys, and ages of... And... And centuries of buildings being built on top of other older structures has led to the sinuous maze of streets known to locals as the coils. Few who are not part of the criminal underworld dare set foot here, as it is heavily guarded as a luxurious garden ward. You who are not part of the criminal underworld dare set foot here, as it is heavily guarded as a luxurious garden ward above, but lorded over by a much darker element. There we go. It has been a crazy news day. You are not wrong, sir. I upset a few people in one meeting because somebody said something, and I said, "You got to be careful saying that, otherwise you'll get hackmaned." And one person said, "Ooh, too soon, come on, that's really uncalled for. Oh my God, it just happened, it's only a couple of hours old." I said, "Oh, there's a time limit? Okay, so let me know when I can make a joke about something. Like, just let me know when the time hits that special magical time when it's okay. Since you're the arbiter of telling me that." They didn't like that. They didn't like me being snarky like that. What happened in the news? I haven't released anything. You haven't released anything. Wait a second. Are you saying you haven't released anything or haven't read anything? One of the two, maybe. Danger of the sass. Yeah, it didn't work too well. It was not people's favorite joke that I've made recently. Because then, of course, somebody after that was talking about how sad they were about Michelle Trachtenberg. And I was like, yeah, it is sad. She was a young lady, liver transplants. No joke. Snarky Frost is best Frost. Well, I would agree. I did have a bunch of people send me messages after in Cthulhu when we were laying in the cots, and Jimmy's like, Mr. York, I got a question for you. And I just said to him, just stop thinking about her, Jimmy, and it'll go down. They're like, oh my God, that was perfectly timed. Were you holding on to that? I was like, no, it just occurred to me, and I thought I'd say it, and I regretted it a little bit afterwards. I'm like, but it's kind of Clay being in his more military, like, barracks element. I'm like, it works with his current mentality. Feel more like he's one of the guys doing guy stuff and not in society. Yeah, it's perfect. It works for him. I'm like, there we go. There's the snarky Clay. You're Pam Bondi? Who? U.S. Attorney General. I think Dave is pulling your leg right now, horror host. I'm just guessing. Let's see. So I've got the Coils, which is meandering back streets, dark alleys, centuries of buildings being built on top of older structures has led to the sinuous maze of streets known to the locals as the Coils. Few who are not part of the criminal underworld dare to set foot here, as it is heavily guarded. It is as heavily guarded as the luxurious garden ward above, but lorded over by a much darker element. I want to say more about that, but I'm going to hold off for a minute. So I've got a temple ward, I've got a military ward, I've got the garden ward that is held by the rulers. I've got the palace ward, which is a literal palace, and then the rest of the city, which is pretty much just, markets and all the normal stuff. I'm not trying to think if I need another ward in the city really here. Looking at some ideas. I could do the harbor. Oops, that's how I spell rock with an A? No. My cats are just going crazy outside now. So I'm modeling this. If you know what Carthage's harbor was supposed to be, this river harbor is a version of that sort of a thing. Is both. Gene Hackman died along with his wife and one of 3 dogs. Now they're saying bodies were mummified. Yeah, it was. It's weird because they said she was bloated, but her hands and feet were mummified, and there were pills found, and nobody had heard from them in a week, and their last public appearance was like a year ago. It's just after immediately everybody's like, oh, carbon monoxide, it's totally carbon monoxide, and everyone, and no suspicious death, and then hours later, now it's being investigated as suspicious. Yeah. All right, so it features. Okay, let's go to the site here and see if we can find a better picture of it. Yeah, I can't. I wish I could open that bigger. I'm not finding a good picture. So yeah, if you look up like Carthage and the round. Oh, that's kind of interesting fantasy version someone made. Their round harbor. It's pretty cool. I mean, it's pretty epic. I like it a lot. So I'm basing this off of that. There's a few different versions of it, but I like this one best. So I'm going to go with that. And this is a massive... The Godswell River that it is on is a huge river. This is not a small river. This is like Mississippi kind of wide with islands and stuff in it. So yeah, you can see, this is a pretty wide river here, and this thing sticks right out into it. The Great Harbor of Carthage, exactly. Black market organ trade. Oh, well, yeah, I mean, you can find almost anything in the coils, so, oof. Yeah, the circular harbor with the repair and construction center in the middle. Yep, and all the little boat things, but also the breakwater harbor part outside of that harbor where you can come in with all the merchant vessels and everything. That's really cool. I love it. I just love those kind of shapes. The circle is considered an overlap of the military ward. It literally is, and in the military ward here I say, the section of the city is open to all, though the main reason is the addition of the housing, the fortress, where the army is headquartered, also holds fighting and racing arenas. After I get down here, naval races, because in addition to this big round harbor, there's another small circular version of it off to the side that links. Naval races are held on a closed circular path that connects directly to the military harbor via a series of floodgates. So there's the entry, which, it's a narrow entry from the river, which spreads out like the harbor of Carthage, the big square part of the harbor of Carthage where the ships come in. And then it connects to the keyhole, the round part of the keyhole. But then over here, near the arenas, is where the naval arena is, where they have boat races and things. And that's just fun. I just like it. I like it a lot. I think it's cool. But I also have it saying that there are floodgates in here there because this river floods crazily like, a good Egyptian-style river does. So they have to make sure that the harbor has places for that water to go that doesn't flood the city. And so this kind of treatment that I'm doing for this city right now, up until now, all I've done for a city is just said, okay, this is a capital. Now I'm going into all the different bits and pieces and the cool things you could do in adventures. So now what I did, whereas before this entry was, tiny, it is now taking up a few pages. I got to set that heading correctly. There we go. So the shoulders of the Godswell River is a harbor, is a wonder to behold, deep and man-made, carved out of the rock and soil of the riverbank more than a millennium. Circular. This connected to the by We're going to cut that out of there. The harbor is both a model of fishing and sun connected to the river by a long rectangular harbor. Is a circular edifice. And personnel. All right, building the shores, what behold, you may make harbor rock. Harbor is both a model of fishing and a sound feat of engineering, connected to the river by a long rectangular main harbor, where non-military vessels more, where civilian vessels more. Can house repair and service an entire fleet will still allow for merchant track to go about its business. Even features covered floodgates. Okay, I don't need the commentary. Floodgates for overflow and flooding during the wet seasons. Okay. Let's see here. So did Gene have the Epstein files? Levees built out of rock or into the rock? Out of the rock, into the rock, both of them. Akkoton. Because I think there's another one of those in. There was one in Tunisia. No, not Tunisia. Where is another one? Cyprus, yeah. They're pretty cool. Oh, that one's landlocked now. Interesting. What's this one? Oh, that's just kind of a lame picture of it. Oh, I like how some people have tried to build these in like games and stuff. They don't look as good. Well, that one's interesting. Huh? There's a site here. Bird's eye view of ancient Carthage. That's a pretty cool picture. Kind of like it. Not fantastically detailed. But one of them was, it's a Reddit subthread called map porn. Yeah, there was one in Tunisia somewhere. I just don't remember where it was. But you could be right. It sounds like that could be correct. I'm just looking at what people were considering things looked like in Carthage, and I'm like, oh my gosh. The dry dock is pretty large. That's impressive. People build some amazing things. Okay. That's one way to name a subthread. Yeah, it's... I'm wondering what else is in here. I'm scared because, you know, who knows what somebody's going to put in there. It says high quality images of maps. Okay. The stickiest U.S. states. Oh, share of people born in a state who are still living there as of 2021. Ha! Texas is the stickiest state, 82%. Wow, a lot of Midwest, a lot of Southeast. Huh, interesting. Huh. There's a democracy index 2024 as per The Economist. France, Italy, India, and USA are classified as flawed democracy, not full democracies. But Australia and Canada are listed as full democracies. Let's see. Man, I'm just trying to find some more cool maps. I mean, these are interesting maps, but they're not. They're just statistics maps. I don't know. Why would somebody do this one? Birthplaces of Poles who have a Wikipedia article. And it's a dot map of places in Poland where people who were born there have a Wikipedia article. Okay. Yeah, this is just a weird thread. I mean, I have the thing bookmarked now because... Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me? If anybody goes to Reddit, goes to map porn and starts going down, this is one of the best maps that I have ever seen. I am saving this image for myself. I am going to copy this. Chrysanth, I'm going to throw this into the Wednesday After Dark thing. And Moss, if you're here. It is the raccoon invasion of Germany. Areas with over 0.1 raccoons per hectare. 1990, none. 2000, it's a spreading in the center and in the edges. 2010, 2020, it's a whole big chunk. They're getting invaded. I'm doing it, Dave. I'm sending it to you. All right, let's see here. Where is... Oh, my gosh, I got too many messages from people. There's Dave. Bam! There you go, Dave. You get the raccoon map. Smoo needs to be warned. You know, that's not a bad idea. We'll just have to send him a friendly little message and say, hey, Smoo, look out. Raccoon is the emu of Germany? I guess. Emus, raccoons? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Dave, I'm sending you another one. You just enjoy that. I'll send it to you too, Chrysanth. And I will throw it at Moss as well, just because why not? I won't throw it to everybody. It is the percentage of washing hands with soap after going to the toilet in Europe. It's a colorful map showing what the percentage chance is. Wow. People. All I'm looking for is some more maps of ancient cities here, and I'm getting inundated with just weird subregions of Pomerania. Range of Iranian short-range ballistic missiles. The percentage of Hinduism in Kerala. It's just, you can find anything here. Oh, that's kind of cool. Egypt's new capital city. Oh, that's an interesting map. Huh. It's got an Ankh in it. I don't know. It's weird. Travel times from Vienna to the rest of the Austro-Hungarian Empire in 1912. That is really stupidly specific. I'm guessing France is disgusting. France is not as disgusting as you would think, but it's, you know, yeah. I'm looking at you, Italy. And what is that? Is that Belgium? Belgium is like at 50%. 50-50. Those Belgians. Fantastic Stochastic says, I don't think Germany has the amount of gun-owning citizens to win that war. Oh, yeah. You know who the favorites are. Yeah. Well, I'm sending stuff to people who I have on tap easily here. Because if I haven't gotten a message from you recently, I'm also in streamer mode, so everybody's names are truncated, so I have to look by username. But fantastic, if you send me a message on Discord. Oh, there you go. If you send me a message on Discord, I can send it to you. Because I'll never find your name otherwise. Because everything is just, well, like I said, I'm in that mode where everything's hidden. Cthulhu interest. Italy, I'm looking at the Netherlands. Well, yeah. It's, yeah. There's some bad spots on there, man. But like Turkey, I think it's Turkey, is 94%. Share the screen. What? I could, but I gotta go find it again. Let me go find it again here. Let me go find it. I saved the picture. I can put, oh, duh, I know what I can do. Haha, I know what I can do. Here, everybody will get to see this here. We'll go to my downloads. We'll find the right picture. Wait, what? Okay, it didn't save it. All right, we'll just save it really quickly. I'll save it. I can do it. Because I want this saved anyway. Save the image. Yeah. Oh, it did save it. Oh, I forgot. It does these in reverse order sometimes. It's just stupid. Whatever. We'll open this up, and we will copy it, and we're going to go into our images here. We have an image called Fort. We'll change that Fort image to this. All right. You guys ready? You guys ready for the madness? I'll put it on top of everything here. I'll make it big. Here you go. There you go. Italians speak with their hands, don't have time to wash. That's why I was sick when I ate at a restaurant. When you ate at a restaurant in Italy, do you eat at a restaurant? Oh, ate at a restaurant. So there you go. There's the excitement for that one. Did we get off track? No. New Jersey and Delaware roads 2024, or railroads 2024. Okay. I'm gonna change this now, though. You had a mini stroke there? They're higher than you expected? Okay, I'm changing it, though. Where European people cross the border to buy cheaper alcohol. I might just do a stream on my personal channel where I go through this and just show this stuff off. Because, oh my gosh, people just have all the time in their hands to do things. I'm going to date this map. Yeah, the raccoon thing is totally real. North America, Germany, Japan, and Romania. Yep. Okay, that one's not very useful. The fertility rate in Turkey. Okay. Birth rates in Europe. Dutch ancestry in Michigan. Okay. Atlas of Polish cities in Stimstad. What is all this? What, who? Why? Why, people? Average gross monthly salary of East and West Germany. My goodness. I'm trying to find all right, nope. I'm trying to find ancient maps in here. This is what I'm looking for. I'm trying to find a way to search. Wow. Prostitution in India. No. Okay, I got one for you. Here you go. We're going to change this one up. This is the last one I'm doing. Oh, it didn't save. Wait, why didn't it save? Save image as. Let's try that again. There we go. Percentage of bald males by country. Percentage of males with male pattern baldness. Germany, Spain, Italy, Sardinia, Sicily, Cyprus. There's some pretty high numbers there. Wonder why they don't have information for some of these places. Spain is the country with the highest percentage of men losing their hair. In Spain, approximately 45% of men either have lost their hair or are losing their hair. Interesting. What did you just walk into? We're looking at maps. I was trying to find maps of Carthage and stumbled into something. There's a gun port. Okay. I'm lost. I'm lost on Reddit. Yeah, this is the last one we're looking at, though, because I'm trying to find more Carthaginian stuff. And I'm saving that out because I'm going to show this picture next. And I can get the images that I'm looking for. Where's the third one? I had another image of this silly fort. Oh, that's a totally different version of the thing. All right. So, from Legend Seeker, the percentage of baldness in men. We're going to do it. What is going on with the blue sand? Well, the blue sand is all blue. So we're going to swap this out here. I'm going to show you guys a couple of the images that I was looking at. So this is kind of a rendition of the harbor at Carthage. And there's different versions that have like big cantilevered roofs over part of it and other ones that don't. But this is basically the idea. A breakwater, a harbor for merchant vessels and normal stuff, and then this inner repair area where you can sail ships around, you can go out to the main building there, you can actually harbor all your ships and keep them safe from storms and whatnot, and repair them, and build new ships and launch them. So that's pretty cool. So that's kind of what I'm basing this off of, but we'd have, I don't know if you can even see my cursor, but we'd have something off to the kind of left of this circle and kind of just north of that other piece where there'd be the other circular thing that is a smaller sailing where they do, what do you call them? races for ships that would connect to the water from both of those, which would be kind of cool. Percentage of blind women like mold blind nuggets. You mean I'm going to be represented in Legend Seeker? You're going to see yourself in Legend Seeker. India, Maria. No, India. That was just prostitution in India. All right, and the other images I was looking at, I looked at this real quick. And this one I'll have to make it a little smaller to put up here. I was looking at old cities, you know, how they have the large gates when you go through them, and the very interesting, weird old walls and shapes, which is pretty cool. But the other thing I was looking at was this is just a really cool image of these massive towers. The idea, you know, these little people like ants going up the stairs. And this place has a river running out of the base of it, which is pretty cool looking. I like that one. And I think that was all the images I grabbed of that. Well, I grabbed a couple of others, but they're not very good images. They're kind of like large images of cities and shapes and stuff. Like this one is a different take on that same Carthaginian harbor, with the, you know, the big structure and land around it and whatnot, which is interesting. It's interesting. It's a different take on it. The little triremes and quadremes or whatever they got going out here, which is pretty cool because this has this massive Colosseum. As you can see how big this is compared to a Colosseum. And I think that's all the images I had, except for the large, like, somebody's rendition of what they thought Carthage actually looked like from the sky. The big hill in the middle, and Colosseum over there, the land out here with their nice straight roads, the circus, whatever's over there, industry and stuff. So, the headland, pretty cool looking. It's got a little bit of a weird angle to it. It just feels a little like bent slightly. I don't know. But that's me. Anyway, we're going back to the city of Knitsef. I'm going to write up the rest of this. We're doing it. Bald Lives Matter. At least you don't have a dent. That's true. That's true. Well, I don't know if you don't have a dent. Do you not have a dent? Maybe you have a dent. Can you prove you don't have a dent? Oh, that's a really nice image, too. So I'm thinking now, so I have the coils, I've got the military ward, I've got the garden ward, I've got the harbor, I've got the temple ward, and the palace ward. Is there any other ward that you think really screams being called out? Because there are markets everywhere. Should we put, like, a main market? Like, the main market of the town? Maybe there is well, you could call it a market ward, where all the different types of markets are, but there's a main one. You can take a picture. But if you do that, you know somebody's going to check and see if you got a dent, and they're going to emphasize it. They're going to bend your picture down. Drunk 3PO can confirm it too. All right, okay. You know Drunk 3PO? You know that guy? I don't know anybody. Montgomery Ward? No Montgomery Ward. We're going with Market Ward, which could be the Montgomery Ward. Now I think Montgomery, I think of a Canadian Mountie named Montgomery. Montgomery. Sorry, I just got a message here. Who has gotten a hold of me? Oh, it's a political text. Yeah, we'll delete that. Thanks, political text. Goodbye. And goodbye. Let's see. Hugs the outer wall for a significant distance. Okay, less of an official ward, more of a segment of the city devoted to trade and commerce. This area begins near the main gates of Knesset and hugs the outer wall for a significant distance. Slavery is illegal in the Azure Kingdom, so flesh may not be peddled here. Rumored to be a brisk trade in. All right. You do know that guy. Good dude. Nobody would edit photos around here. You can edit photos? Smart King. This Cajun isn't a Fed. I have never talked to Jay, though he did respond to something I said in one of his streams once. That was about it. I'd like to talk to him someday. It'd be kind of interesting because I'd like to know how he's doing with his whole writing his kids' book and stuff, since I write. It'd be interesting to chat with him. So if you can hook me up, tell him I want to chat with him someday. And he'll probably say, who? Which is fine. Like most people do. And I would have it no other way. We'll say with specialized goods being relegated to their own segments of the market area. All right, slavery is illegal in the Azure Kingdom, so flesh may not be peddled here, though there's rumored to be a brisk and unlawful trade of servants in the coils. Unwilling servants in the coils. There we go. Jay is a freaking giant. Somebody even said you can do it with audio as well. Isn't that crazy? He's taller than me, not by much, but still taller. No, I've heard that I thought that somebody said he's like 6'4" or taller. Might be taller. If so, then even if he's 6'4", he's still 2 inches taller than me. 6'4", okay. All right, slavery is legal. What else do I want to say about the market ward? market does business day and night. The wine stalls especially... Connected of the civilian harbor. The market does business day and night, with the wine stalls especially doing a brisk trade until the early hours of the morning. So if you want to get drunk, go down to the market and hang out in the wine stalls. Do it. He probably would. He's good remembering people after he meets them. Oh, nice. Even the real erudite towered over Crescent. He also shook my hand, took my drink to do a video with Steph, and gave my drink back to me. It was strange. Interesting. I expected him to be taller. Erudite expected me to be shorter. Nice, fantastic. Nice. All right, so we've got a lot of stuff done in the city. So we've got that ward. I did mention in the Temple Ward that we've got this section of the city, or the Great City, houses temples to every god, goddess, and patron imaginable. Smaller shrines that offer specific services from divine devotees are kept separate from the main temples so that business does not interfere with worship. At these smaller venues, one can find companionship with the adherents of Davila, if you're into that sort of thing, arbitration from followers of Xander, even fortunes from the oracles of Arintha. The Temple of Grix is alive here in Knetsef. Even though the god himself is banished and silent, his handful of brave worshippers are tolerated, if ostracized, by most of those who live in the city. I thought that would be a fun little bit, because pretty much most temples of Grix are either been, smashed or torn down, or they're dark and abandoned and creepy. But this one, there are still a few people who worship Grix, and they're barely tolerated by people. Barely. Just, Now, I kind of want to... I'm thinking about putting something in here about the gnomes or something about these bug people. I think maybe what I'm going to do on Tuesday is I'm going to write up some more stuff about that bug race of bug people. I'm going to come up with some ideas and thoughts of what they are and what they look like, and throw that over to Erudite to see if he's just like, don't put the bug people in there. Don't make them people. Don't make them creatures, or don't make them whatever. But I like the idea and I want to keep them, so I'm going to try and push it hard. Companionship, like a friend who can read books with you? Exactly, Vijay. It's like a lending library. It's just a bunch of goth girls hanging around under a tent with books. That's what the worshippers of Davila are. It's fun. It's fun. Oh, I always wonder if there was an area of Grix worshippers or if they were mostly scattered. Yeah, most of the places, like in one of the other cities, I wrote it up, that there is a temple to Grix that no one goes into because everyone feels just chills and uneasiness. Nobody can actually go near it without just feeling the chill of his darkness going near it. So they're just like, nobody go there. But all the other temples are like, hey. And that is in the little temple city outside the city, up in the desert. But here, there's actually a few people worshiping him, which everyone's just like, really? It's like having basically it's like having a group of Satanists in town. You're like, okay, just okay, do whatever you're gonna do. Just stay over there, please, and please don't eat at my diner. When he found out I was bald, he pointed out to the chat and make up a story about how he found out. Really? How many are slime girls? I don't think there are any slime girls. As far as I know, slime girls don't exist. Reading books, Jimmy's dream worship. Oh my goodness. We read like half a book that night. Like 12 chapters. Jimmy. Well, we'll see what happens on Monday night if we all die or not. People have been not throwing a lot of bennies at us or Eureka points at us lately, so we got to be really super careful. Because we got a couple, and we're like, do I spend it on this roll? Ooh. And then I used one on a roll, and it didn't make a difference. I was like, dang it. Sucked. By the way, I think the thing is still going. Is the thing going on with trinkets still, Chrysanth? If people donate the $50 through Streamlabs? I'm curious, because also for, I know donating on streams through Streamlabs will go towards the Strange Aeons counter to get that up. Because I think we're close to getting Moss's convictions unlocked. You don't think so? Okay. Well, never mind. But if you do want to donate money, you know, it'll go, I think it goes towards Moonskull since, well, actually we're on Legend Seeker. I don't know. I have no clue how that works. You'd have to work that out with the handlers and people. That's me. I'm really good at grifting. I'm not very good at it. I mean, we'd love your support for Strange Aeons because it would mean the world to us, but, you know. Haven't sent my gold benefits this month. Convince me, Frost. Oh, boy. Well, Jimmy has 4 hit points. He and India are, or he and Yasmina? Or is India with us? I can't remember. He and India are out in the front chatting with the lady behind the counter. We're pretty sure the people in this building tried to kill her and may have killed the guy or her father, Yasmina's father. Yasmina's in alley right now with one of Clay's guns hiding because she couldn't get through the door. Clay is in the back of the building and somebody just came through the door and he is basically going to confront him. There may be a lot of blood spilt unless we can smooth this over. So we might need them. And the character who kills everything in the campaign is at the hotel, is at the lodge. Sevi's at the lodge with, Camille's at the lodge with the professor. He was just like, books, I don't care about you people. So they're up at the lodge. It is just us down there right now. And we're in a room with an unknown number of people who could have all kinds of ridiculous powers, so we may die. So, there you go. We would love your support. Just like Bartles James wine coolers. Thank you for your support. Let's see. The way I play, I'll need all the help I can get. Think we got your convictions for us. Oh, nice. Yay. Well, we got to keep going for Moss. But we don't want him to succeed in Cthulhu because that will kill our characters. But we want him to succeed for getting things on Strange Aeons. There we go. Is Jimmy still uncorrupted by a woman? He's red with women. He's red. Convinced, please send the benefits to Moss. Very nice, fantastic. I'm a big fan of their current situation. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. We may be making a few new characters. We shall see. We want Moss to win. Moss. Very nice. We understand. We get it. We know where our bread is buttered, or your bread is buttered, or somebody's bread's buttered. We know where your peanut butter lies. Which end of the banana you like to have cheese on. I don't know. I'm trying to come up with things, and it's just not working. Less of an official city word. There we go. Oh, no. Exactly. Well. What is this picture of? Okay, this is... What? American University in Cairo. Okay, thanks. Why did this webpage take me to the dig houses of the West Bank? The West Bank, Luxor. Metropolitan House, Mountain Davies House, the Wilkinson House. Okay, got it. I'm gonna check something. I'm gonna look up this word here really quickly because I've never seen it written that way. Oh, it's the plural. Oh, that's the plural of that word. Got it. Okay. All right. I know where I'm at now. Boop. I'd laugh if this ends up with the TPK. It might. I mean, yeah, we're in a situation. I want Moss to succeed in something at least once in his life. Wow, fantastic. Wow. Yeah, you can't TPK if half the party's there because they will just live their happy-go-lucky lives because Sevi stays at a distance and Gore, or Sevi doesn't, Camellia stays at a distance and Gore sends everyone else into death. It is his way. He's like, it'd be wonderful if you went into the maw of that monster over there. All right, we'll get right in there. I'm not concerned about my character dying. It's fine. The characters die in Cthulhu a lot. I know at least Ormond would be sad to see Clay die, but I'm assuming everybody else is just like, kill the old man! We'll see, though. We'll see. So, sorry, I'm talking to you guys, but also rewriting this paragraph here. Safe Harbor is a wonder to behold. Yeah, I think that works better. I suppose I'm almost done here. At 6:53. Yeah, I've got about 7 minutes here. So I think this covers most of the main wards. I don't have an idea of exactly how I'm laying the city. I've got kind of an idea how I'd angle things for the water, because when you sail up into the river, you'd want the city oriented a very specific way, so the harbor would be facing this way. That way, the water's flowing away from it. You could, yeah. I'll have to see, because it's maybe with that harbor, the way it's set, it goes in, but it also has another way out. We'll see, because it's not a sea harbor. It doesn't have to protect as much from storms. It has to protect from flooding in a different way. So, well, maybe it's oriented this way, and it goes in and then back out. Yeah. We'll see. The city lays out that way. We got the market district. We got Temple Ward. Yeah, I've got an idea in my head of how this could work while the cats are making all the noises. The other thing they did is one of the feeders they have up there, it's a gravity feeder. It's just got a big, like, those containers you get cheesy puffs in, with the lid that pops off, and it's this massive container of cheesy poofs or something. There's one of those. It's upside down, and it's on the a base with a little bowl. So it's just you pour food in the top, and it gravity feeds down through. And I put food in there every morning, in addition to feeding them in their bowls, so they have extra food if they decide they want to snack during the day. And they ate it, and they were done with it all because I didn't give them their evening food yet. And they knocked the top off, and it's big enough that one of the cats, she's in there, just laying in there, and I'm like, Baby, why are you in there? Her name is Baby, by the way. That was what my friend named her. So, Baby, she's literally called My Baby. She's in there just looking at me, and I go to take her out of it, and she's like, nope, I'm boneless, not going out. So I left it, but she's been rolling around in it, just enjoying rolling it across the floor. I'm like, so that's one of the noises you hear, too, when they knock it around. Ugh. It's like she wanted to be in the barrel rolling around. Anyway, Clay is barely civilized caveman, or how did you describe? Yeah, he has a thin veneer of civility above his caveman. He is a primal caveman, basically. Moss in episode 1. People are gonna die. Well, the thing is, I've been through Cthulhu campaigns where nobody died. Some of us went a little bit crazy, but we managed to navigate things in a way that we didn't end up dying. We got a lot of scars and stuff. That can happen. I mean, the newer system isn't as crazy as the old system. The original system is just like first thing you're doing something, you're like, blah! And your character, runs off a cliff because they're like, I can't stand life anymore. And that's the end of it. But Moss lies. No one can die. I don't want to redo the intro. Oh, I don't know. Sure, JT would be fine losing his character as he wasn't able to keep up with you guys fleeing the tunnels. I don't know about that. Rudai usually thinks people would die, and who has he ever killed? Well, who has he ever killed? Pets don't count. He's killed Moss's character. Though Moss says that's his own fault because he did stuff. I don't know. I mean, he did go swimming with some tentacles. So, maybe that's a thing? I've killed my fair share of characters being a DM before, but most of it was, just how things worked out. Because I try pretty often, if we can find a way to not kill a person's character, if they're enjoying the character, to find a way to let them get taken captive or to get them, maimed or injured or something if they want to keep playing, even if it's a really crazy situation. But there have been places and times where people have just said, no, this works. This is how my character should die. I've lost more characters in Rollmaster than any other system. I had two characters ever that I retired in Rollmaster. Every other character I ever played in Rollmaster ended up dying at some point in the game. And I played Rollmaster from 1988 till I think the last time I played a game in Rollmaster was probably about 2015. Every one of them died. Fantastic Sarcastic says, Chadwick. Moss. Let me think. Moss, yeah. Watch on Strange Aeons. Moss will be fine until a Rudai steps in as GM when no one else is a baby. Then he dies. Exactly. My characters have no self-preservation. You forgot about Quarter Black Garrett's character. Yeah, well, he did touch a thing that he really shouldn't have touched. A character that keeps trying to die, but people keep bringing him back to life. It happens. Some people get upset. They want to die. All right, so I got the entirety of Cadet Seth's wards and everything written out today, which was good. This is what I was hoping to do. We got a little sidetracked for a few minutes on Reddit, which was also entertaining. But please make sure to make sure to put some comments in here, even if it's about raccoons or TPKs or whatever you want to talk to me about, because that really does help the stream and the channels. Because we want these writing streams to get more and more visibility, and this is how we get more visibility. Because the algorithm, when you put those comments in there, throws it out to way more people. I said last time we got a good amount of them, it like quadrupled the number of people that actually viewed the episode. That hasn't happened in a while, so please go leave a comment. So yeah, I'm gonna get the heck out of here. I will see you all for another version of this on Tuesday. I think you will see the next thing anybody will see me in is tomorrow, the premiere of our next episode of Fear of Ages Past that Moss has put together for us. Ooh. I don't remember which one this is, but it's going to be good. It's going to be good. All right, I'm going to get out of here, and I will talk to all of you fine human beings a little later. Have a good night, and Dave, I'll see you in our game tonight, as long as Rudai doesn't, get kidnapped by aliens or something right before it. We'll see. But I'll talk to you later. I think I may be streaming a little bit before that game. We'll see. I may see you online soon. But thanks. Everybody be good to each other. Even if you're going to be good to Moss, that's fine. He maybe deserves it, even though he's going to kill us on Monday now because Sarcastic gave him his bonuses. Be nice to Moss. Ginger lives matter. I'll talk to you later.